What happens when cardinals finally meet again after years apart? What if the big questions are still left unanswered? And what if the Church's real problems are being hidden behind soft words and careful reports? That is the tension Cardinal Gerhard Müller pointed to in a recent interview. He said the return of consistories under Pope Leo XIV is a welcome change after the long pause during Pope Francis' pontificate. He noted that the 2025 conclave showed how many cardinals had barely known one another in person. That was why Pope Leo made it a priority to bring them together again. The first consistory took place in January. A second one followed in June. And the Pope has said these meetings will now happen every year. Still, Cardinal Müller said the format has changed in a troubling way. Instead of open discussion among all the cardinals, the new model follows the synodal style. That means small groups, preset questions, and short answers. According to Müller, this makes real conversation harder. Important concerns can disappear from the final report. And that, he said, is a serious weakness. One major issue that was not properly discussed was the SSPX consecrations. The Society of St. Pius X had consecrated new bishops without a papal mandate. Müller raised the matter during the consistory, but the meeting moved on without serious debate. That, for him, showed a larger problem. The Church is meeting again, but not always speaking plainly. In the interview, Müller said, the Pope is the visible principle of unity in the Church. He stressed that Catholics do not need the Pope like a celebrity or a figure to admire. They need him because he is the successor of St. Peter. From there, Müller turned to the wider crisis in the Church. He said, the Church must not simply echo the world's language about peace, power, or politics. Its mission is deeper. It must give moral direction. It must speak the truth. And it must stay free from political pressure. He added that peace comes through Jesus Christ, not through slogans. Müller also spoke strongly about what is happening in Germany. He warned against what he sees as a soft approach to serious doctrinal confusion. He said some leaders there are trying to build a new church based on woke ideas and feminism. He criticized calls for women priests and said those demands are often not about the gospel or the Church's mission. Instead, he described them as a search for prestige and influence. He also spoke directly about the term woke ideology. He called it a serious enemy of humanity. He said efforts to allow young people to change their sex are deeply wrong and harmful. On the SSPX, Müller was firm. He said ordaining bishops without communion with the Pope is a schismatic act. The Pope, he reminded, is the visible sign of unity in the Church. No group can simply ordain its own bishop and claim full Catholic identity. He also said the Vatican has long been patient with the SSPX, with many appeals and many discussions already made. But the key issue remains truth. Germany, he added, is a different kind of challenge. Rome has often been slower and more diplomatic there. Müller said some German Catholic leaders want another church shaped by ideological goals instead of the mission of Christ. In the end, his warning was clear. Consistories have returned, but real clarity has not returned with them.